Chat.
Good morning.
Are we live?
I think so.
Live.
Actually, I don't have to scream because I got the mic on me. Hold on.
Wait. So which mic do you have on our app? Do you have the Shure mic on?
We have the DJI just plugged into the camera, and that's just plugged into the computer, and you can use the camera for both the video and the audio.
That's nice.
How does it sound good?
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, not much, man. Just got back in the office. First time doing here since Christmas.
Yeah, you guys hustling?
I'm the only one in the office today.
Oh, good.
Everyone's back on Monday.
Typical Europeans just taking a bunch of time off, huh?
Oh yeah, European style.
I still have no idea how to work this light over here.
It looks good.
I mean, is the halo still on us?
I don't think so. No, it's not.
Huh.
It looks good.
So we're sitting here. Chris, how long have you been? When did you get here?
I got in yesterday about 1 o'clock.
Chris drove by the clubhouse on Wednesday and waved at us, and then went and delivered in Atlanta. In Did you delivered in Madison?
No, I delivered in Eatonton.
But did you went to Madison?
I come back up to Madison.
Yeah, remember that? You probably went on that road by that Starbucks we were on, Paul.
That's cool. Nice. Chris, what kind of trailer do you have?
So I'll pull a pneumatic. If you don't know me, I'm Indie Trucker Online. Paul knows me, but I don't know if everybody watching knows me or not. I've been doing pneumatic freight since 2010, basically, and that's bulk. That's the bulk containers or bulk loose, usually loose granulars, powders, grains, stuff like that. Leased to Autumn Transport, carrier out of Woodbury, Minnesota.
Sure. I don't know anything about pneumatic freight, but I'm going to pull up this screen here. We could learn a little bit about it.
Yeah, Autumn Grain has a really great website too. Probably see some good looking equipment there.
He was just pumping some air through it, and it was loud as hell.
AutumnTransport.com.
Let's see here. What was the website? Sorry.
AutumnTransport.com.
AutoTransport.com.
Autumn.
Oh, Autumn. Sorry.
Autumn.
Okay, got it. So you drive for Autumn Transport.
Yeah. I've been leased there, partnered with them since 2010, and I've done just been about everywhere with them since then. So go all over the U.S. and Canada, and it's been a pretty good career. Everybody's followed me for a long time online. Knows I used to be in a 2000 Freightliner Classic, and I drove that truck for 12 years. And this year I decided to upgrade, and I'm friends with Jamie Hagan and had an opportunity to acquire one of his used trucks from his fleet. And it's been a real change, like coming from that old school trucking and filling into this new stuff. And,
he drives an automatic now.
Yeah.
Don't hold it against him.
Yeah. I'm not a real trucker anymore. That's what some people say online, but it's just as real trucking as anything else. You're still doing all your space management and time management, and it's the same game. It's just the equipment's better, the comfort level's better. It really just jumping into a whole new world.
How many miles do you typically do a week, Chris?
So most of the year I've been covering a dedicated lane. So that one's about 2,850 miles a week, and getting home on the weekend. I'm back out over the road for a little bit. I'm not sure how long that's going to last, but that's one of the things that's kind of nice is having that versatility to just get out there and go do it. If you want to work, you can work.
The last 2 years, Chris has taken a load out to Vegas and come to Manifest with us.
Yeah,
I know. I was hanging out with Chris. I think that's the first time we met was in Vegas at Manifest.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, are you coming this year?
Am I coming this year? I don't know yet. I don't know yet, to be honest. If I'm going to come this year, we'll see. Right. I would like to go, and I might show up for a couple of days. I should probably bring, if I do come, I got to bring a couple of 100 copies of the Freight Caviar magazine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll bring some because obviously I'm going.
How many are left?
I might. What'd you say?
We got a couple hundred left in there printed.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Chris and me are gonna do a road trip after Manifest this year. We're gonna go ride in the truck for a while.
That's what I'm working putting on.
He's trying to book us a load to Key West.
Yeah,
really?
That would be awesome. We'll see what happens here. So,
do they have pneumatic transport freight like posted on DAT? I've never seen that as an option.
No, bulk loads, dude.
Bulk loads. I feel like the market itself. It's a pretty small world. I mean, there's some brokerages that handle bulk loads, but I feel like a lot of it's customer direct freight and stuff like that. And we've got pretty good. I feel like we got pretty good customer base. We work for some pretty big carriers pretty big customers out there. It's just. Being an owner operator, it's just I'm part of the overall picture, just one load at a time, trying to deliver good customer service to whoever we're working for that day.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer your question, is there demand for pneumatic freight down in Key West, Florida? That remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean,
we're trying to get down there though.
It would be. Yeah, so if you're a brewery down there and you want some grain, hit me up.
Somebody get us a load.
We can bring. I'm bringing 48,000 pounds.
Somebody in Key West needs 48,000 pounds.
But there's not grain in Vegas, right? Like you'd have to go out to like the.
No, there's not a granary in Vegas, but I'm sure they get loads there sometimes.
Warehouse or something.
Our operating base is mostly east of the Rockies. We do have some stuff that goes out that way. So I would say majority of our freight is probably to the east of the Rockies, though.
East of the Rockies. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like a lot of people have, I've heard a lot of trucking companies in the past say that they operate east of the Mississippi River.
I-35.
I-35?
I-35. People don't like going west, apparently. Even though this country was built on going west.
Yeah, but the demand is in the east. The population's in the east.
Yeah, it is. Where are you going? Where are you going up to? Where are you going today?
Today, just taking a trip. Evan's going to hop on the truck with me, and we're going to pick up in Tennessee, just about 30 minutes from here. And we're going up to Jackson, Tennessee today.
You're doing a same day
pickup, same day delivery. So yeah, pretty good stack right there. It's not too many miles, so the driving part's probably equal to the amount of loading and unloading time on that, but it'll be fine.
That's interesting. Have you always been in that, Chris, or were you doing something else?
So I've been driving. This is my 21st year of trucking. I started out team driving for Schneider. Done some team driving with them, interstate distributor. Then I ended up the most with FedEx Custom Critical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are like the short box truck type trailers, right?
Yeah. So those are expediters, and FedEx Custom Critical has a pretty good fleet of both tractor trailers and box trucks or straight trucks. I've always done tractor trailer combination. With FedEx, I done a white glove, so I had a reefer trailer with a lift gate.
Are you doing like paintings and stuff?
Yeah, I did paintings and.
Didn't you do one to Vegas? Like, did you tell me about that? So I actually hauled a load out of the Bellagio to Philadelphia back in 2008, and it was Picasso's La Reve. The owner was Steve Wynn at the time. It come out of his penthouse. And that's like the plot of like an Ocean's movie. You know what I mean? Like you are like in. Sure. You're like in on this heist, like the trucker heist out of Vegas.
What was the value of that? Like $10 million?
Actually, 140 million.
Did you have escorts? You must have had escorts, right?
I had a art. She was kind of like the art dealer for Steve, I think, for Mr. Wynn at the time. And I think she also was like Tim Burton's art collector. So she was pretty cool.
But you didn't have security.
She wrote, no, we didn't have security. Now team truck and on that low. Well, it's your move. So I had a person with me the whole time. You're satellite tracked everything. It was really cool stuff. I mean, that was a really cool time in my life. I got to haul some stuff that a lot of people never get to haul, and it was a fun experience. And I think just the level of care that you have to take with freight like that, I've used that, and just I haul that, and whatever load I do, I treat every load, no matter what it is, the same level of care. So.
Yeah.
So served really good.
Doesn't matter if it's 48,000 pounds of rock dust or $160 million painting. Chris is locked in either way.
Yeah. Have freight will travel.
Imagine the process of booking a $140 million painting being shipped nowadays compared to 2008, where there was no escorts. I feel like nowadays.
Well, you're probably not going to broker that load, honestly.
Yeah, you're not going to broker it, but like, just I guess from an angle like security, like there would be, I don't know, like a lot more intense scrutiny of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like most of that stuff just keeps moving, right? Like when you get a really high value, I would imagine this should be the protocol for anybody moving high value freight. You just gotta watch where you park at. When you park, you want to be in a well lit area. Preferably, back your trailer up to something where somebody can't get into the trailer. The big part in a lot of that stuff is just keeping it moving and not setting too long with it. And then there's the temperature control on stuff like that. You're wanting 68, 72 degrees, and for paintings, yeah.
So it was temperature controlled.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
How was it packaged? Was it in like a crate?
Yeah. So that one was really interesting. You can actually look this piece up online and see the story behind it. But basically, what happened?
What was it called?
It was Picasso's Le Rêve.
Look this up, Paul.
Yeah.
Le Rêve.
Le Rêve. Yeah. Le Rêve. Not sure the French pronunciation of that. But at the time, like I believe there was an accident with it, and somebody had accidentally put their hand through the painting.
Oh God!
And it was going for restore. Yep, that's it right there. And it's the story about it is probably in Wikipedia actually about what happened to it. But
that wasn't on your clock, was it?
Oh no.
On March 2013, the painting was sold in a private sale for $155 million, making it one of the most expensive paintings ever sold.
Yeah. Scroll down a little bit.
It's 2008. A win. Is this the win?
Yeah, the Win incident.
Chris Thomas.
I should be down there. Like I hauled that load. Wow, 90,000 repair. How about that? Yeah.
So let's just read it here. In 2006, the painting was the centerpiece of Wynn's collection, and he had considered naming his Wynn Las Vegas resort after it. During a period of anti-French sentiment in the United States in response to France's opposition to the United States' proposed invasion of Iraq, Wynn decided it was inadvisable to give the resort a French name. In October, wow, that's actually kind of crazy. In October 2006, Wynn told a group of his friends that he had agreed to pay the day before to sell La Rêve for $139 million to Steve Cohen. At the time, this price would have made La Rêve the most expensive piece of art ever. While Wynn was showing the painting to his friends, apparently about to reveal the now still officially undisclosed previous owner, he put his right elbow through the canvas, puncturing the left forearm of the figure and creating a 6-inch tear. Epfren offered as an explanation that Wynn uses wild gestures while speaking and has retinitis pigmentosa, which affects his peripheral. Later, Wynn said that he took the event as a sign to not sell the painting. After $90,000 repair, the painting was revalued at $85 million. Wynn filed a claim to recover the $54 million perceived loss from his Lloyd's of London insurers. So it's funny. Like as a freight brokerage, we were always told not to hire anyone with Lloyd's of London insurance because they insure everything, and there's such a difficult claim process. But an amount which would have covered most of the initial costs of buying a painting. When insurers balked, Wynn sued them in January 2007. The case was eventually settled out of court in March 2007. Cohen bought the painting from Wynn in 2013 for $105 million.
Wow, 7 years later?
Yeah, and Northern inflation, the price was estimated to be the highest ever paid for an artwork by U.S. collector until Kenneth Griffin $300 million purchase of William de Koning's interchange in September 2015. Wow, damn. It's actually most of the Wikipedia page is about this incident. So you hauled it in 2008 or?
Yeah, somewhere around there. So I definitely hauled it for the repair. That's what, because when I picked it up, and it was really cool, they kind of described how it was packaged inside the crate. And basically they'd put they'd done some restorative work right there, and it went to a museum for further restorative work. Is that
where you took it to?
Yeah, I took it to Philadelphia. So it was really cool. It's really cool. It's a cool little story, and I'm sure many truckers get to have opportunities where they do some really cool freight. And that's to me, that's probably
your favorite load. That's got to be the best load ever.
That's definitely one of the favorite loads. I've had some pretty cool hauls there though. They do such cool stuff over there. I actually absolutely love my time working for that carrier.
Who is it again, Chris?
FedEx.
That was a FedEx Custom Critical.
FedEx.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see their trucks. They've got those. They've part of the fleet is those like expedite box truck looking things that are like crazy looking. They've got a bunch of like satellite dishes on the top and stuff.
Yeah, I think they had a phenomenal program. They really train their partners who lease on there really well.
Are they all owner ops?
Yeah. I think there's some fleets there that hire some drivers, some larger fleets within the carrier probably. I worked for one of them. I was doing a lease through him. But yeah, it was a really cool thing. Not a lot of people get to haul stuff like that. That was just one painting I hauled. I definitely hauled more, probably 40 to 50 loads of paintings over a 2.5-3 year period.
So originally La Rev was purchased for $7,000 in 1941.
Well, the art world it's amazing. It really is. It's really an amazing segment, I think. I'm not sure all the players that haul art. There are a few, like some moving companies and stuff like that. I think they get into stuff like that.
How big is that painting? How big is it?
It's right here. 51 by 38, so it's not that big.
Yeah, it was definitely in a bigger crate. It was definitely in a bigger crate.
Can you imagine putting a fork through that crate?
Well, that stuff, they do not use forklifts. It's all, usually put onto a furniture dolly and pushed in, and a lot of care is taken care of that. Now, it is the responsibility of
it wasn't driver assist, was it?
Yeah, I had to secure it. I definitely had to secure it. And, you'd secure something like that just like you would an open deck load. You're basically strapping it to the wall, making sure it's got no up travel, side to side, everything. So you're really putting, bars and stuff, everything to kind of hold it in there and wedge it in good so it doesn't have any movement.
You probably didn't tell anyone at the truck stop that
I didn't tell anybody. Like that, I'm still the old school set. I don't tell anybody anything, what I'm hauling or how much it's paying or anything.
Good thing Twitter wasn't around, or else he would have been in the trailer taking selfies with it.
Yeah, no, there's none of that. I don't even think there's anything like that today. There shouldn't be anyway.
I'm wondering if there's been like any notable pieces of artwork stolen over the last couple of years. I haven't heard of any, but I'm curious.
I just can't,
Well, there was that heist at the Louvre.
Yeah,
I'm seeing more like from like a truck, like being transported.
Yeah. I've never heard of it. I mean, honestly, and like I said, there's just so much care taken into the planning of these loads that they don't leave any room for error on that. Now, if they're in an accident, that's one thing. I'm sure there's stuff like that occurs, but for the most part, this stuff, you're on with a highly skilled team moving that truck all the time. Like you're stopping 15 to 30 minutes tops, just to refuel, refresh a little bit and get back at it.
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure. I mean, it's also super difficult to actually resell a painting like this. It's like if someone were to steal it, sure, it's worth a lot of money.
But it's like a big target on your head. Like as soon as it shows up in the market, you've probably got like private investigators and everything on it. But, it was an interesting time. I've definitely done loads with security. I had escorts with me. I know one for sure. I had an escort from Chicago to Fort Worth with quite a load of art on there. I do believe that American Gothic was on that load. So that's the man and woman, the farmer with the pitchfork. Yeah.
Where'd you pick up in Chicago?
At the Art Institute, the Art Institute down in town. So that was a pretty cool time in my career, and got a lot of experience, a lot of exposure to a lot of different types of freight, and just a lot of different cool things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious, what made you change from shipping like paintings on FedEx or high value loads to doing now pneumatic freight?
So the biggest part of it, I got a divorce. So I was teaming with my ex-wife, or teaming with my wife at the time, and then we kind of went our separate ways. And then I was an owner operator looking for somewhere to lease on. I actually went and hauled auto parts for Rush for a while, for about 3 or 4 months for Toyota. And Rush isn't here with us anymore. I think they went bankrupt a few years ago, probably almost maybe even a decade now. But then I found Autumn Transport, and I wanted to do something like I've always known, as far as a trucker goes, like if, these specialized kind of freight is kind of where it's at. You have a higher rate per mile typically than getting into the areas that I can't compete in. I can't compete with a lot of larger carriers per se. I could be you can be a cog in this machine, but doing this specialized stuff is kind of where it's at for me. Takes a lot of care, a lot of thought.
He likes to wear overalls.
Yeah, I do. I actually really love doing pneumatic freight. And there's enough variance in it that it never gets boring. There's a lot of.
I feel like you go to pretty interesting places too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, what's nice about it is that like you're obviously a trucker. You're the trucking community, but you're also outside of like all of the kind of noise when it comes to like, I would say like the freight market, or not like totally, but like you're not involved in like all the dry freight maybe that's getting stolen, or like it's like I'm sure that grain freight isn't really like a target right now, for
it's not. It has its own, problems, I would say. A big thing that we have to be very careful about is contamination of the product, cross-contamination of products, because that can really turn into big claims real fast. So stuff like that. We want to make sure the trailer's dry. You're not getting moisture in. If you're hauling flour, you want to be super dry. If you're hauling any kind, like I see one of the comments for like for cement powder there. Cement's like a very, usually dedicated stuff, because it's really hard to keep all of the moisture out of cement. Like there's going to be some in there, so you're going to end up with like a hard residue inside the tank. So that's kind of stuff you want to watch out, because that becomes a kind of a nightmare to get back out of the vessel.
That's interesting. And like, does Autumn Transport work with brokers?
I think that, we work with some brokers. I've done a few broker loads for them before, and I think open for business basically.
Mostly it's direct.
A lot of it's direct, yeah.
And you're an owner operator, Chris, right?
Yeah. Everybody, there's owner operators and lease operators, so it's all owner operators or lease with Autumn. I think maybe us, and there's a few others that are in that market. Most of it's company. You get in like some of the bigger like Food Liner or Quest Liner, J&M Bulk. They do that's a lot of company drivers, but we're definitely kind of.
Who's the biggest bulk carrier? Quality carriers.
I would say it's between Quality. Quanix actually probably is the largest right now. As far as having a freight, I think they have a freight brokerage, and they have a lot of trucks, a lot of assets.
I'm going to check right now. Let's see your ChatGPT.
Suspense. Who is it?
Largest Great Lakes lake, or longest.
But
Guys, I gotta call I got a meeting right now. I gotta hop off. It's 4 p.m. here in Poland. If you want to stay on, you can stay on. I gotta hop off.
All right.
It was great seeing you, Chris.
See you, Paul.
See ya.
All right.
1 second.
What do you want to talk about, Chris?
Well, let's talk about Truck Parking Club since we're here. Phenomenal growth over the last year, I think. Like, just absolutely amazed at what this company has done since you all started up. You know,
this is your first time at the clubhouse.
This is my first time at the clubhouse.
What do you think of our movie set here?
The movie set is pretty. The studio is pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing where you go with it. And
I got to figure out how to work that light.
You live in Chattanooga. How's Chattanooga? You just love it.
Chattanooga's dope.
It's dope, man.
Yeah, you run into freight people all the time. I met a dude at the park.
Yeah.
On Sunday. His name is Max. He started this company called Workhound.
Oh wow.
Which was like a kind of a staffing software company for a lot of trucking companies used it.
Yeah.
And you just meet random people who are in the industry.
Yeah. No, I was really impressed pulling in here. You know, there's a pretty good customer base. Seems like it uses this facility to store a lot of equipment, and
it's pretty much full. Like all the time.
it's full, and it just goes to show you, like, you know, there's obviously all the noise around paid parking, but obviously it's getting used. I find great benefit to it. You know, especially like if you're out trying to plan your route. You know, if I can get 30-45 minutes further down the road and guaranteed to park, then I can push that clock, and that really frees me up for, you know, better positioning for the company and for whatever it is. It's just it saves time, and time is money in freight.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say. What do you think of our camera gear? We're leveling up around here.
Dude, this is some high tech stuff in here. It's like pretty impressive. You know, we got this. Yeah. We got the big. I don't think I've ever sat in front of a light like this, so it's really neat. We got the mics.
I don't even know if I have it set up right. Honestly, yeah. I have no clue.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I'm glad to see, and you know, there's opportunity if you're. I think it's great opportunity. It's beneficial to the property owners. It's beneficial to the trucker members, the carriers who are using this to, you know, make it easier, make life a little bit easier on the truck driver. And that's really what it's all about.
Amen. Well, I didn't realize it was already 10 o'clock. That's why Paul had to go so fast.
Well, I think we're going to have to go too, because I got to go haul some freight.
Yeah, you got to do straight through load, dude.
Yeah, straight through load. We're going to hop
straight through on a Friday. Let's go.
We're going to go. We're going to get it done too.
All right.
All right.
See you later, everybody.